Right as I was about to hit start here, my little girl, they read a firefighting book and had pictures of uh, uh, flame houses on fire. Why would you get this for kids? And so now she's scared to death. So right as I was about to go live 20 minutes ago, still not done. They're downstairs sleeping in the bed. Another excuse to sleep in the bed. Throw them out once the stream is over. This will be so cool when it starts. I hope it will. In support of Alex, in support of Max. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So nice. Look at that. I just started. There's $4. Didn't even start. Good night, everyone. $4. So, it's awesome. Thank you. Who's a hold up? Fine additions. He had a stream that was like upcoming and was upcoming. And then like an hour later, it's still upcoming. And I was like, oh, it's not going to happen. I was waiting for it. But anyway, hello. Um, hey, hello. How are you, sir? I was thinking about you the other day. You and Tristan. Oh, good old days. Good old days, man. How you been? Oh, what'd you play? What'd you play? What'd you play? Very interested. Very interested in what you played. So I didn't play anything this week because my board game group. One is a hey Melissa, how are you? Good to see you. One is a yeah. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Just left us all hanging. I'm kidding. Um, the oh, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so one of my buddies, he's a nurse, and he completed. I thought he had one more week of training. I thought this was his last week, but last week was his last week, and so now he's working nights. He said once the schedule gets in a groove, he'll tell me which night's best for him because he's not going to work every night, but he's going to work most nights right now. So I'm waiting for him to tell me what night he's going to be open. So he couldn't make it, and then my other board game couple that usually comes on Fridays. He usually comes on Tuesdays, but the other people that come on Fridays, he is in a dinner theater show, and this is his last weekend. Now, next week, Michael, I am supposed to have Everdale Forest. Oh, how is that one? How is that one? Are you gonna? Yeah, a friend of mine, the nurse, his wife is a huge Everdale fan, and she bought Pearlbrook, I think, but she hasn't bought them all. But she loves the base game, and she wants to buy them all. She's like, "Can we play them?" I I'm not as crazy about those. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're bad. I'm just not as crazy about them. And I mean, I'd play them again. But have you played them all? Have you played all the expansions before? I don't know what they're like. Oh, Dune too. You said I've heard Dune's a great game. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh wait, hold on. I'll get to some. Oh man, these are going everywhere. Hey, 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 hey. Let me. Oh my goodness, I got too many things. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna get to some of your comments here. So next week, a buddy of mine, one of my oldest board game group buddies, he moved away. My heart was saddened. He's been away for about 2 years now. He's going to come back in this next weekend. And spoilers, he's not. He's not. I doubt Nick is watching this, but he's not. He's not going to come in. I can already tell. He's trying to work things out, but his car's messing up on him. He said the earliest he can get a mechanic is next Friday at 2. They're not going to fix your car before Labor Day. They're not going to do it. So I think he's screwed. I think I'm screwed because we had an all-day Zombigeddon thing. We had a Twilight Imperium, at least a couple of games, maybe even play third edition. Even the can't remember what the third expansion is. It's the scenario one. But anyway, and then we're going to play through all Time Stories Revolution. He's saying, well, I'll leave on Saturday then, be there by, Saturday afternoon. We can start playing Sunday and Monday, and then he leaves Tuesday. He said he'd stay a little bit later on Tuesday, but I don't think he's coming at all. I don't think they're going to fix it. So, and I think he knows that too. He's like, hey, I'm going to, like Friday, he said, I'm going to call around and see if they can meet me in the morning or if I can find another mechanic, because he's realizing that it's not going to get fixed. So unfortunately, this big, huge board game, Labor Day board game I've been looking forward to for a year. We've talked about this for for a year, just about beginning of this year. We set things up. I said, dude, I miss you. You need to come down. I think I talked to him in February or whatnot. And he says, well, let's do something. So we decided on Labor Day. And I've been counting down the months. Every month I've been talking to him. So it's not going to happen. It's going to hurt my heart, but oh well. Oh well. Really bummed about that too. Really bummed. So that's not going to happen. So sucks. Ghost Orange Cream is your favorite. That is also my sister-in-law's. There you go. Yeah. I'm not really a Braves fan, but this is obviously their Double-A team, the Mississippi Braves. And I will always go. In fact, this is how I became a Mets fan, because they used to be the Jackson Mets. That was their Double-A team, and then it switched to Atlanta. And I go to the games, once or twice a year. We haven't gone since the babies have been born. Maybe when the twins were born, not since the other twins have been born. But we love going, and we usually go to the first game of the season, which is a little cold, and the last game of the season, because that's when they have all these specials going on. And this shirt was super cheap, and I was like, yeah, I'll get it, because I'll support the Double-A team close to me. But that's how I became a Mets fan, because it used to be the Jackson Mets. Yep, there it is. Yeah, we'll be yeah, we'll be talking about that. Definitely talking about that. All right, I don't know why there's this delay. Oh, I'm rendering videos right now. That's why there's a delay on my end. I never played Everdell, so I can't compare. Far Shore was okay. Boat Mechanic, okay. I've heard everyone say that Dune is amazing. Alex is 200 pages into House Arca. I love House Arca. I love that book. That's a great book. Yeah, they're great. They're really great. Dale Murphy was great. The only reason you could celebrate the Braves back in the 80s was Dale Murphy. So I'm sorry, I'm going a little slow because I'm rendering a video right now. So everything's going really slow right now. But we got tons of exclusive videos coming up in September. Since Alex and Brennan no longer have a podcast, I have to step up my game. Well, Meg and I did some Matt versus Meg recordings last night. They're great. They're hilarious. We laughed a lot. And Marcel and I did a missed opportunities. We've done some missed opportunities. So because Matt and Meg is eventually going to phase, we're going Matt, Meg, New Geo order. And after that, that's the whole reason I want to do these. After that, we're going to retire the show and continue on with missed opportunities with me and Marcel, which are really fun on the website. Because the website always has to have an exclusive video. Dale Murphy is a great, yes, I agree with this. Yeah. Shut up, really? The Expos and now the Marlins, not the Nationals. That's interesting. Yeah. I got a second set of twins. They're like 18 months. They just turned 18 months 2 days ago. Friday. Thursday, 2 days ago. Yeah. I mean, that Minox Nest was a glorified mess. I love it. I loved it. That was a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. It's funny. Mikey is coming back. I think Mikey doesn't mind me sharing. He had some heart problems, and he had some scary. He's fine now. He's good, and he still has heart problems, but he's doing great. He was in the hospital for a short while, and then he took some time off, and he got a new job. But he's been doing great, and I haven't been contacting him. But I hung out with him today. I said, "Look, I'd love to have you back on the podcast." He said, "Absolutely, dude. I'm ready whenever you are." And I should have just talked to him a long time ago, because the last time I saw him was in June. I don't know why my voice goes up, because I haven't seen him in a couple of months. So it's probably May. I saw him end of May. So June, July. Yeah. It's almost been 3 months since I've seen him. But we hung out this afternoon. And, my kids played in his pool while we talked and had a really great time. And he's coming back onto the pod. And we were talking about a bunch of things. Mikey has his own little thing where I don't know if I can talk about this. Never mind. Well, no, I don't think it's a big deal. He has his own little server, and he holds all the old 80s, 70s, 90s cartoons, stuff that just you can't find anymore, like weird. And he uses me to say what's something that see because in different regions across the U.S. we had different shows play. Like today, I gave him another idea because we were talking about game shows. He has all these old game shows, and I was like, because he was showing me some I've never heard of before. And I said, "What about Funhouse?" He went, "What's that?" And I show him a video of it on YouTube. He went, I'm getting this." So he's gonna try to track down as many episodes as he can and put it on his little platform there. It's just It's just old. You can't find these anymore, cartoons and stuff. But he has some other stuff on there too, which is fun. Oh, good. Yeah, awesome. Hmm. Hmm. I think it's because you have a girlfriend. That's what I think. But anyway, A-Rod, Larry Walker, Delano DeShields, Ian Jordan. Yeah, Larry Walker was a funny dude. We got to see him play. We went to a game with the Braves a long time, and he was with the Expos. Nolan Ryan was on the team in the '60s, but he never pitched there. Really? He came up to the Expos? Really? Wow, didn't know that. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that, Daniel. And yeah, I missed him too. Huh? Did not know that. I just saw his yeah, and it's funny because Michael even said that wouldn't you know I put out something about game shows and Bob Barker finally dies at 99. He was 99. I knew he was in his 90s, but I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was thinking, was he 92, 94, 95? And I kept going, I think he's older than that. 99. Wow, what a great life though, right? No, but I remember I watched it the first time it came on the air. I loved it. It was my favorite episode. It was my favorite episode. In the 60s, okay, all right. And then they moved to Jackson, I'm guessing, because in the 80s, I know they had them because I grew up watching them in the 80s. And now, well, no one's in that stadium now. I think that stadium may be torn down, and they built a new stadium, and it's called the Mississippi Braves because I think they're in Clinton, Mississippi, technically, but it's a beautiful stadium, and I love going there. Then go for it. Dadgummit. Hold on, something finished. Delete. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I'm editing the Matt versus Meg stuff, which is really good. Meg is so fun to talk to. What if when he went to alternate dimensions. I'm glad Joe's already written his book, or he'd probably put that in there. Yeah, here's the deal. Here's the deal. People did because it's something that we know. It's something we know on Earth, and you're thinking, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Back then, it was only going to be 3 books and nothing more. So Zahn probably thought nothing of it to put hot chocolate in there. In fact, I bet Timothy Zahn was drinking hot chocolate. It was big in the forums. I completely forgot about how prevalent hot chocolate is in the Bantam era. We're told Luke is drinking hot chocolate in several other books too. How I forgot this over time, I do not know. I remember hot chocolate in the Zahn trilogy, but I thought it stopped there. And he's drinking hot chocolate in a ton. The last time he drinks hot chocolate is in the Union comic book series. I have a hilarious theory for that. But the thing is, though, I didn't realize he'd been drinking hot chocolate in the Bantam era for a lot of the books. It may be an inside joke, maybe because fans were outraged on the forums, they kept putting it in there. I don't care either way. I don't think it obviously didn't bother me. I didn't really realize it the first time through. But I understand why it bothers some people because it's science fiction. They want to, science fiction stuff. So, if you don't mind it, neither do they. No, she's really good. Yeah, she's really good, and has some, and she has some good insights. She has some good insights that I've never thought about before. Yeah. All right. So if you don't know, A More Civilized Age is coming out next week. We are continuing part two. Whoa, what happened to the? What happened to it? Went real fuzzy for a minute. Anyway, we're continuing part two of our Indiana Jones discussion. This time, wildly enough, none of my guests from the first part one could make it. Jeremy told me on Monday or Thursday, the week before is usually when I check with everyone. And Jeremy talked to me Thursday or Friday, and said, "Hey, dude, I'm doing night classes. I can't do it." I was like, so that was one out. And I was like, okay, so I got Noah, and Noah was able to show, and Noah carried the show, which he did a great job because Noah's been reading the expanded universe for Indiana Jones. So we talk about that, and then we talk about the new movie. Okay, those are the only two subjects. It was supposed to have a ton of other people. Meg, I don't think she minds me saying this. She was flying in from Japan. She's been in Japan. And so she was flying in that night. She went, "Oh, I'm going to be there." No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to have so much jet lag. And then, of course, she couldn't make it. And that's totally fine because you're flying in from Japan. I didn't expect you to make it. And then Ryan had something. If you don't know, Ryan is mysteriously on the road. I know where he is. He had to do some last minute traveling out of the blue. And he did contact me the day before, I think, or whenever, and say, "Hey, man, I can't make it. Something came up. I got to go." That's why if you're a fan of Ryan Kendall's channel, you're like, "Why is he in a hotel room?" He's traveling somewhere right now. Impromptu travel plan. So it's just me and Noah. It turns out to be like I wasn't expecting Meg to join because I knew flying in would be tough, but it was still a fun episode. It'll be released sometime next week. Wow, interesting. She wanted to bet the Tombstone's favorite movie is Polar Express. Really? Dad would know that because Dad was all about that. No. All right. So let's talk about a more supernatural encounters. The new one came out. I was friends with Josie. I didn't really know you two were working together. I knew Josie was friends. Oh yeah, he comes on A More Civilized Age. He's been doing that for a while now. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll address that one too, Brennan, later on. All right. So here we go. What a word question. Are you looking for a publication for any original fiction? Are you looking for a publisher for any original fiction? I don't know. Why do you ask? Hello, Laura. How are you doing? All right. So first off, let's talk about Cult Encounters came out. So Supernatural Encounters. I do want to talk about some. If Kyle's still here, I'm sure he is. Joe was really kind. If you noticed in the editors and everything, Joe was really kind to put my name as one of the editors on the book. If you notice that, and Joe is really kind to do that because here's the true story. Okay, if you're thinking, "Oh, Matt, you've been working on Supernatural Encounters this whole time and you didn't tell us," no. A few years back, probably 4 years ago, right before the fundraiser happened, or right, I can't remember. He asked me to sit down, read the book, the first draft or whatever, the 400, 800 page one, I can't remember. And I did, and he said, "Do you have?" Because I read through. He said, "Do you have any notes?" At first, I called it the Silmarillion of Star Wars, which he really loved that quote. And I gave a few notes, and I said, "Well, I felt that," and I said, There was one change. I said, "I don't like this character's change." I can't remember what else I said. No, I said, "Here's what I liked. Here's what I didn't." There was one character I thought was done ill. And he goes, "Well, Matt, I see it like this." I wasn't going to argue with Joe. I wasn't going to argue with him. But I said, "Okay, that's fine." Well, then later on, Joe and I talked. This is a long time ago. And Joe and I talked. He went, No, I made the change." I went, "You made what change?" He went, "The change you suggested." I went, "Well, you defended it." He went, "No, but I figured you were right." I mean, Joe is just a great guy. He's just a great guy. He's like, "No, I figured you were right, so I changed it." Like, he'll change his timeline every once in a while. When I'll give him a question. When I was doing my timeline, I was asking him, I said, "Hey, Joe, why do you have this before this?" I said, "Because I have it after this because of this. But I want to know why you have it here." And he goes, "I'm changing it now." I said, No. I'm asking you why you changed it." He went, "No, you're reading through it." He said, "So if you know, you know better." So he's a really humble guy and everything. And that he put me as special thanks as one of the editors was really nice. But I need to say that my credit needs to be taken down a peg, because I read the original first draft and I gave him some notes and thoughts at the very beginning. I haven't been reading the new stuff as it's been developing. There's been a lot of other people who've done a lot. Kyle's done a lot more. He's done tons more than I have. And there's a lot of people who've done a lot more. But Joe is being very, very kind by giving me a credit in the book. Okay, so I just want to validate that, because some people are like, oh, look at Matt. Well, yeah, but he's been really nice, because all I did was do the rough draft review or whatnot, and that was years ago. I mean, honestly, it probably was before the project started, or right as the project was starting. So I just want to cover that. Yeah, I'm excited for it. The physical copies will be out soon. What do I want to do, guys? I'm waiting for my physical copy. I like reading the physical copy over an electronic version. But yes, it's out there. You can start reading it. A lot of people have read it. A lot of people are a couple hundred pages into it. So it's definitely something that's worth checking out. If you're not going to get a physical copy. If you're saying, how do we get a physical copy? Well, back in the day, you could do like a little fundraiser and get it. I don't know if it's going to be available because you can't really sell it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see after the first run comes out. Hey, how's it going? Yes. Yeah, that was very nice. Yeah. Yeah, and Joe is so thankful for everyone. I'll get to that. Shut up. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I should talk about it. Okay, I'll talk about it. Okay, so my timeline was maybe getting a 3-volume set. There is a publisher who reached out to me a while back, and we talked, and I said, dude, let me finish. Because I said, I'm not finished. And when I finished my first run through, I thought, let me do this one more time. So the rereads I'm coming back over. I scheduled an appointment with them to talk to them last month or early this month. I can't remember. It was recently. I think it may have been last month. I wanted to talk to them again, and they were willing to talk to me. And I don't want to say too much about this, because I don't want people saying, oh my gosh, you haven't, it's coming out, the book's good. No, it's not, because I don't exactly, I have an idea of what I want, but that's going to be a lot of work, and I just don't have the time. And I want to be, what I want is, if I had a timeline, it would say, here's the book, the comic book, the short story, the whatnot, here's where you can find it. And here's but see, here's the thing. Doing a short, analysis of it would copy Wikipedia, would copy something Pablo Hidalgo run. I'd rather just talk about the characters involved, the overall situation, and then the connections, or something different. Maybe have an author give me a did you know? I want it to be something different than just a reference. I don't want to say, and here's the short story of it. I feel like you have to, though, but in a way I don't want to, because I'd rather just read the behind the scenes stuff. So behind the scenes of stuff we already know, or reach out to that author and get them to give me some quotes to put in the book. Now, the thing is, I don't have the time. And that's what I was going to tell the publisher. But yeah, I'll let you know. If it doesn't work out with them, it doesn't work out. Well, why is this thing screwing up here? But yeah. Bet it will. Are you interested on Rebel Moon? I am Ron Burgundy? I don't know. Oh, right on. Yeah. It is exciting day. New EU. Yeah, I have one set up on the on my timeline too. So yeah, it's really neat. Okay, what was the other question? Oh, Legends Con. All right, so if you don't know, on the website just recently this week, I gave you reasons why you should go to Legends Con. I talked about all the people who are going to be there, what questions I'd love to ask them, and so on and so forth. And then I talked about the people who were going to be there, and you should definitely check out Twin Sons Foundation. Brian and Dylan, they're going to be. Kyle, are you still on? Let me know if you're still on. You got to check out Twin Sons Foundation. They're going to be there. They're great guys. I know some of the people in the chat are going. I know Author's going to be there. I know Marcel's going to be there. Marcel came out with another read through. You got to check it out. Brennan's going to be there. Alex is going to be there. Well, I'm sorry. Now no one's going to go. I'm kidding, Alex. I'm kidding. For me, okay, for me, I hate to be dodgy about it. The decision was no. I am looking into. I won't lie. I am looking into it. But there's a few little things, few little details. I've texted some of that off and waiting and getting answers and stuff. There's a few little details, and there's a few little schedules at work. I need to tweak a little thing, tweak a few things. So that needs to get settled before I can give a definite answer on that. And I hate to be so last minute here. Yes. And by the way, if I want to, it's my show. I can do anything I want, right? Let's go ahead and bring on Kyle and Brian, because I kind of want them both. Is this thing still freaking rendering? No, it's not. Why is my computer going so slow then? That is so weird. Hold on. We're going to see if Kyle and Brian can both join us to kind of talk about that. So bombs away there, gentlemen. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm still working on things. I'll definitely give an announcement. I'd love to go. Dylan as in John Tuttle. Yeah. If you don't know, Dan, it's been a while since you've seen me, but he actually came here. He came down to Louisiana to visit me. And yeah, there you go. And he's so much fun. He's so much fun. And I'll be honest, if I do go, you will see me at the Twin Sons booth. I'll be working it if Brian will let me. After a while, he's going to kick me out because I don't know how to shut my mouth. I'm praying they add a last minute guest called Chuck. What's his name? I forgot his name. Who is the troll? Who's the troll? I forgot his name. The terrible author in the new canon. I forgot his name already. But anyway, yeah. Oh, wow. You're going to be there. Okay. Darth Gatus, you're going to be there? There's someone else. Yeah. Yeah. So excited too. But anyway, if I do go, do expect me. Chuck Wendig. Thank you. Couldn't remember. Yeah. How can I forget Chuck Wendig? I'd love for him to go. Now, Brian knows this story, but when I went to Gen Con, he was there. No, Brian, correct me. We were talking about me going to celebrations, I think. And yeah, okay, yeah. But Kyle, I sent you and Brian an invite to come on the stream if you'd like to talk. So, I think he's talking to this guy because getting to meet Brian would be a dream. Oh, he had to mute himself.
Having some volume issues, sorry.
Oh, you sound fine to me. Only Good Games will be there. Oh, you are Only Good Games. Oh, okay.
Let me jump back in.
That's all right. You sound fine with me. Okay, there he is. Are you going? Right now, let me just keep to these guests because I want to keep very specific, okay? Yeah. I don't think it was Joe doing the voiceover, but Kyle would know. Okay, so yeah, we will do a stream together. I want to get these two guys on here to kind of talk about Legends Con. Like I would like to have everyone on, but not. We will do one. In fact, Daniel, let's talk to Tristan. I can talk to him if you don't have his I have his contact here. I think it's still his contact. I haven't talked to him in a year, almost a year. I wished him Merry Christmas. It's the last time I may have talked to him in January. I don't know. But anyway, it's been a while. But let's see if we can get the gang together. At least us three again. That'd be a lot of fun. But right now, I'm trying to focus on these two guys because there's a lot of questions I want to ask these guys, and I don't want too many talking heads here. And by the way, everyone knows that I love everyone in the chat here. I don't remember what I was talking about, but yeah, I'd like to be at the Twin Sons booth. Dylan is a great guy. Oh no, Brian, there it is. There's the story. So I can't remember where it was, but I said I really want to go. I didn't get to go. I think it may have been Celebration because we were talking about me coming over to Celebration one year with them. And I told Brian I didn't know, and something came up on my end. I couldn't make it because Brian extended the invitation. And so, but I was going to go, and he said, Chuck Wendig's there. We were making a joke. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I went up there and put on, can we take a picture and put on my big glasses and my little fake goatee that I used to do Chuck Wendig videos on and take a picture and then say, hey, now will you make fun of me on a video? I was going to do that, and Brian goes, that's not a good idea. So
it
Brian,
was really not a good idea.
That was the other funny story I have was when Del Rey thought I was going to be there. And so they brought me something, brought to you to give to me, the keychain.
Yes.
Because I did the review because Del Rey was watching my channel. And then the very next day, I already had it preset to go, was my dog pooping video of The Last Jedi. He goes, I just told you. I said, it was already filmed.
You know how hard it was to go to the booth that next morning?
Unsub. I'm kidding. I don't know. I think they're still watching. I know Marvel watches sometimes. Some people at Marvel do. Yeah, they're going to be great. And Chris Nelson told me that one of the best thing at Celebration was hanging out at Twin Sons booth. That's where all the cool people.
No pressure now. Oh, I did actually get some numbers from the organizers on how many people they're expecting. It was kind of nice.
How many?
They're saying somewhere between 300 and 500 people they're expecting at this convention. So it should be a decent size for a first go around.
Oh, okay. Right on. No, yeah, it seems exciting and everything. So, yeah. But like I said, if I go, you're going to see me at the Twin Sons booth.
Yeah, if we can get enough liability insurance.
I didn't tell you. Oh no! I'll save it for when Dylan comes. Because Dylan kind of looks at me like he doesn't know if I'm that crazy to do it, but he also knows that I am. And I can't remember. I'll tell this story when we get off stream. But it was really funny because Dylan and I were goofing around. I said, let's go live. He went, you sure you want to go live? And I was like, oh, okay. I can't talk about it anymore. But I was like, let me say that live. I do appreciate poking the bear every once in a while.
That's like a critical aspect of your character.
That's critical. No one really knows I got a little bit. Well, I think Alex knows I got a little bit of a mean streak, but I do have a little bit of a mean streak, though. So let's go let you ninja for. There you go.
Yeah, no, Michael was fun to meet him.
That Michael's another guy I'd love to meet.
He was he hung out. I think you were also working. I think he was working another booth there too during one of those days. At least one of those days. Can't remember what it was now. It's a little bit of a blur. Was that Celebration Chicago or?
Yes, he said Celebration Chicago. Yes, it was.
Okay, the second half of that was a blur because I got sick on that Sunday. That was not fun.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that's what it was. The X-Wing events. That's right.
Oh, is that what he said? The X-Wing events? Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so I wrote, if you didn't see, I wrote a 2-part article on the website a long time ago, but I wrote about it just came out about this time. And by the way, I should mention this. Let me plug some other things. Next week is going to be tons of guests. Spencer Crilly comes back with the spotlight on. Lance L on YouTube. He wrote something about the Shan family, and Marcel writes another article. Those are all coming out next week. So yeah. Okay.
It's an experience, let me tell you.
Were you at Michael? Were you at Gen Con the year I was? The 2 years I were? I was there for 2 back-to-back years. I can't remember when, but Dylan and Jeremy and I all came, and I was very unknown back then. Like Spencer, that was the first time I met Spencer Crilly, and he said, "Are you Matt Wilkins?" I was like, "Yeah." I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "Yeah, am I fired? What's going on? Are you kicking me out?" I didn't know what was going on. He was, "Oh, I watched your channel." I was like, "You too." Actually, the first person I met was Daniel. Daniel came and saw me when I spoke at Dragon Con. They asked me to speak at Dragon Con. And I got to speak at Dragon Con, and he came. He came, the first person I ever took a picture with, and Spencer was the second. I sent it to my wife. I was like, someone knows me. I remember Tristan was the first time I heard my name mentioned in another video because I was watching other EU videos, and his name popped up, and I was like, what? And I went and showed Megan. I said, Megan, look. And she's like, why is he talking about you? I said, I don't know. How does he know you? I said, I don't know. Oh, they go well. They go well. I don't know, Scott. I'll call you later. I'll call you later. I don't know. We got some things we're working through still. It you know, I'm wanting to. I'm wanting to. Oh, really? Okay. I was on the floor for one day, probably on Friday, and then maybe the last day Sunday. And I stayed in that board game library. I bought tickets to be there all day and night, but we didn't get to stay late at night because stupid Chainsaw Productions goes to bed at 8:00 internally. I sent a picture to Dylan on the anniversary just a few weeks ago, and I did hashtag never forget. And it's Jeremy sitting here doing this in the chair while we're playing games. He's asleep. He's sleeping in the hallway.
Is this the same trip with Dylan being the therapy Ewok there? We had dressed up as a
he came over to we filmed a few videos together. And that was I don't remember how far the trip was, but Alexa, how long a drive is Monroe, Louisiana to Indianapolis, Indiana?
From West Monroe, a drive to Indianapolis would take about 10 hours and 56 minutes.
Okay, so it was an 11-hour conversation. I didn't want to exaggerate. I thought it was 13, but it was an 11-hour conversation of us talking EU nonstop. One of the greatest road trips. I have 2 road trips that are near and dear to maybe 3. I have a few road trips that are near and dear to my heart, and that is one of them. Another one.
That one sounded like it was a lot of fun to be in part of. So
yeah, a guy I just met. He invited me to his wedding the next weekend, and he didn't think I'd go because he was in Michigan. We drove all night and went, and then drove all night and came back. But I said, "You're inviting me. I'm showing up." So I went. And then the other one I remember that was, and we ran out of gas on purpose because we wanted to see how long his car could go without getting any gas. We had a gas tank of gas in the back.
I was going to say, you better have had a backup plan.
But we did a bunch of stupid stuff on the way there. We were just having a great time. Well, never mind. That's the Saturday morning Santa Flange top 5 road trips. Never mind. I'm going to shut my pie hole now.
You're giving a little bit of a sneak peek.
I know. Hold on.
We called that a teaser, right?
A teaser. That's a great. Hold on, because that would definitely be one. Top 5 road trips. You didn't receive the link. Hold on. Maybe I have 2 emails. I have, Kyle, a Hawk Mail address for you. Is there another one I'm missing? Text me. Just text me the email. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Whoa. I'm so far behind in the comments yet. Maxine's my favorite Rhode Islander. Yeah, awesome. No way am I getting famous. I don't. I do not do Discord, but thank you. Well, have they released the panel schedule? I didn't know that. That's why I need.
They've done a couple of them. I know Twin Suns is hosting one each day too. I don't actually know what time we're supposed to be doing it, so that'll be entertaining. Find out now.
Yeah, you got to go to the Twin Suns ones. That's gonna be fun. Oh, that's awesome. Asking how many miles. Oh, how many miles? It's 11 hour. Alexa, how many miles from West Monroe, Louisiana to Indianapolis, Indiana?
From West Monroe, Indianapolis is 727.8 miles away by car.
There you go. Nothing but straight. And then eating and taking breaks, still talking EU.
Yep. Yeah, no, I've heard the same thing from both the others on that trip, and it sounds like it was basically there was no silence in that car. Like
it was
the whole
so
way.
much fun. So the other one was on a trip. It was we went on a cruise, me and a bunch of guys for someone's bachelor party in a way. On the way back or the way up, I can't remember. We were laughing so hard, we had to pull the car over because the guy couldn't see anymore because the tears were in it. And then when it was my turn, I had to pull the car over because I was laughing so hard I could not see. We kept we kept cracking each other up and telling stories. And I remember that was also, we stopped at a Dairy Queen and I was on the floor crying. My ribs hurt after that trip because we were laughing the entire time because I just could not stop laughing. The guy told stories of his dad that were true. And he went up to the Dairy Queen lady and kept going, how much is extra sauce? She went 50 cents. How much is extra ranch? She went 50 cents. He went, how about extra honey mustard? She went 50 cents. He went, and she wasn't getting irritated. He was like, what if I wanted 2 extra ranch? She went, that'd be $1. He went, what if I wanted 1 honey mustard and 1 barbecue? That'd be $1 too. Okay. What if I just wanted the barbecue? That'd be 50 cents. I was like, no way. This is before Borat was doing this kind of stuff. And I went outside, fell on the concrete. I was laughing so hard. He just
that poor lady, just that response tells me she's dealt with that before. That poor lady.
I'm telling you. So Cloak of Deception is fine, but it's James Lucino's worst. How's that? It's not bad, but it's James Lucino's worst.
I think that's fair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could too there. Oh, there he is. Hold on. On the EU. Well, we don't do it on our website right now, but there may be others. Hey, sir. How's it going?
How you doing?
How goes it, sir?
Yeah, I did a video on
pretty
that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did a video on this too. That it's an older video. But I was going to surprise her for a 5-year anniversary. I was taking her to Disney World. She thought I was taking her to a Rangers game. And she was disappointed that we weren't going to see the Rangers. And instead, we're going to Disney World. I was like, I don't know what to do there. Yay! So, yes, I'm sorry, sir. I sent to probably an old email.
That's okay. I caught the thread. But yeah, good to see you. Good, Brian. Cheers.
Yep. Good seeing you too.
I know this is unpopular, but newer.
He's playing catch up on his comments here.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Got all day now.
Yep.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So, Kyle's here. Kyle, if you can go ahead and just give us your itinerary of what's going on, what's some things people can look forward to at the con. What are some events? Twin Suns is speaking. Joe is doing a lot of stuff. Joe told me what all he was doing.
Yes. Yeah. Actually very excited. He is back on for the space opera history, by the way, because that was in debate for a minute, but I talked to him yesterday and he's all into it. So
good.
Good. Pretty wonderful. We're doing there's going to be a couple solo sessions I'm not going to list off everything because we're going to be publishing all that
Highlights,
on the websites, and the team is already on it. I just talked to them yesterday too, so that's coming. I am one of those people who just don't think they have to spoil everything, but yeah, Twin Sons, obviously, Brian, ecstatic to have you there. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
you know, I've been like in your groups and whatnot for, I can't even remember a time. It almost feels like a time didn't even exist since like you know.
It's been almost what? It's been almost 10 years since the movement started. So yeah, it's been a while.
A very long time, my friend. I think a lot of us, for better or worse, we're definitely there from day one, right? So
yeah.
Anyway,
cried together, raged together, you know, cheered
oh
together,
yeah,
all that fun stuff.
So close now. But yeah, yeah, and thank you for providing a space to do all that back then too. So that was really important. Anyways, Twin Sons, you know, it's gonna be great for all that, and I'm excited to see you out there doing what you do for the charity and stuff, because I've never been to one of your events, so it's just like I'm very, very thrilled that you're coming to ours.
Yeah, we're hoping we get a good turnout there at the convention floor, obviously. You know, and people bringing by books. I think what we're planning on doing is we have those lanyards that we want to hand out to people who are donating to us. So that's why we're like, all right, we got to know how much we're bringing with us this time.
And is it and help me out? Is it just you and Dylan?
For the moment, yes, but I know we have a lot of friends showing up who might also be helping us out.
Because I know I just spoke to her in Dallas. What's her name? How did I forget her name?
Amelia?
Amelia. Please don't tell her I forgot her name. I'm getting old. Yeah, because I know Amelia.
It's the first thing I'm doing. And she doesn't live too far from you.
Oh, whatever. She has infant child. We exchanged baby pics like a month ago. She has infant child, so she's being mama. And for those of you who do not know, Amelia has one setting, and it's 11.
Yeah, pretty much.
And she is happy to meet you. Here's my name. How are you? What you want to talk about? Let's build a Death Star. You know, I mean, that's basically it for me. But I mean, just so much fun. That's one person who won't be there, but she's a lot of fun.
She won't be there, unfortunately. She was, to be fair, she wasn't really at our booth all that much when we were in Celebration Chicago either, because that 11 setting meant she was running around everywhere getting photos for us all over the convention floor.
I like both of those, but right now, Lockdown is really good. But I love Shadowhunter. I love Shadowhunter. Guys, Lockdown or Shadowhunter?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't really have a preference between the two. Don't really.
I love Shadowhunter.
I was gonna say maybe
it has one of the best endings ever.
Yeah,
it's not the best ending. It's so good.
Yeah.
But I reread
it's incredible.
Lockdown, and it is just, it's gritty.
Yes.
I mean, it's Joe Schreiber, and I underestimated that during my reread. And I was like, because when he digs into the Wampa heart, I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It squeezes because he's about to
die.
And the Wampa's trying to kill him, then goes limp and just kind of looks, and he sees the light dying in the Wampa's eyes. The Wampa freezes there because now he can't move. It's disgusting. It's gritty. It's gross. It's
freaking awesome.
Good. It's so good. But then there's other. Obviously, he fights a Vong. We're not told that because he didn't know what it is.
But there was that promo picture, wasn't there? I'm sure it was in the actual book too. I can pull it up. But remember, the boxing ring thing with the Vong and Maul?
Yeah, I remember that photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it in the book? I don't remember if it was in the book or not.
I don't think it actually did make it into the. I can check, but that's like the process to pull it out.
I absolutely love Shadowhunter. I think Shadowhunter is excellent. Is an excellent novel and probably the better ending by far. It's the better ending, but I really enjoyed Lockdown the second time I reread it, and I probably would have said Shadowhunter before this, and I'm not going to argue with anyone who says, Matt, I think Shadowhunter is better. Yeah, it's really good. They're both really good. Thankfully, they didn't ruin Darth Maul.
No, did you like that little Kamara Vosa tie up there
for Shadowhunter?
I believe that was in lockdown was when
that was in lockdown.
Yeah, there was definitely a scene where they meet each other. Huh?
Shadowhunter's a top 10 book for someone. Lockdown's hardcore.
Yeah, Lockdown is hardcore.
Wow, Split in the Mind's Eye is Alan Dean Foster's best, but that's not saying much because the second book he came back for was not A New Hope. But I'm talking about what was the prequel book?
Approaching Storm.
Yeah, it's one of the worst.
So, there's moments. There's some moments.
No, there are no moments.
It's not good. It's just a one shot.
It's terrible.
And but if you just want like just a tale.
It's Grummet. Melissa, he is one of the coolest villains because he's so evil and a bully. But the moment Darth Vader comes in, his legs go to jelly. He's like, ah! So he's scared because everyone else when they in the rebellion when they see Vader like, yeah, me. No, people were scared of Vader back then. And Grummet, Admiral or Vice General, whatever his weird title was, Grummet is a bully. But when Vader comes in, he just kind of melts to butter, and I love that about him. And then Lando Calrissian, the whole trilogy is just fantastic. And folks, there's another thing I forgot to tell you. I spoke to what's her name, Riley, his daughter. Doggone it. I'm just terrible with names right now. Is that her name? Was her name Riley? That doesn't seem right. Anyway, I talked to L. Neil Smith's daughter, and I was supposed to have her on, and it was probably my fault because I just didn't reach out back out to her. But she completed her father's final book. She was in the process of doing that. She did. It got released in April, and that's when we were going to do. We're going to do a stream together, and we just never got around to doing it. And I needed to reach out to her and ask her if she wants to come back on sometime. She and her mom are so much fun to talk to. Yeah, it was great. It was great. What a great scene there. Yeah. So anyway, Kyle will be there. He'll be giving away trimmings of his goatee for a small charge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be exciting.
1/6 of your soul. That's it.
1/6.
For something. That's it. Yeah, it's just not that bad.
A small piece of that soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, should be fun. What else was I going to say? Oh, so Supernatural Encounters. Let's go back to it since you guys are joining me now. Supernatural Encounters came out digitally. There's a bunch of people online talking about it right now. Everyone's super excited. I saw Brennan did a video earlier today about it. Alex says he's 200 pages in. He's probably left the stream already to go back and read. It's an exciting time. We have some new EU, and I'm not spoiling anything because Joe gave it away on his update, but that's not all because your guys are going to be seeing some German Ewok comics coming soon. And I did not realize this, but he said it on his update. The Hungarian Han Solos are almost translated.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was exciting.
We're working on them right now.
Okay.
So they will be ready soon, guys. It's not all that complicated. It's just that some of it is just like broken up, and you're like, we have to make that make sense. But it's they're pretty well put together, and I don't think it's going to be a long process. It's just that SE just wrapped up today, but soon.
The books are coming in, I think this week, next week, and they're shipping out that week too. So the process is going to take a while. Obviously, we're talking about hundreds of books. I don't know how many, but he's got to put together a lot of books. But yeah, he'll be getting it out to everyone soon. But they should be coming in. If you have any address updates, you need to do that yesterday.
Yes, that's really important actually.
Email him now because I emailed him earlier this week thinking it was too late. But email him right. Stop what you're doing. Email him right now.
Yes.
For address changes.
It's one of those things that because it's been going on for so long that people forget. And
I've been living there for almost 2 years now. So
that's crazy. I remember when you bought that house.
I know.
Just yesterday.
So I made to give him an updated.
You had to move all your books. It was a thing. It's 2 years already.
All my books are in a slim hallway, which I thought was a pretty smart way to put them. But now I can't look at them. They're around the corner there.
Can't admire the bookshelf. That's just awful.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, that's one thing you missed. Anyone joining? I mentioned that Joe put me in there as one of the editors. I wanted to clarify that I read the very first old edition back in the day and gave him my thoughts, and he made some changes, but that was it. I wasn't involved with the ongoing process like Kyle and a bunch of those other names were. And Joe is just really nice and put my name in there. But I want to make it clear that I only did the first rough draft. What?
No, you did a little bit more than that, because it's like this was like a spiritual process, because I've been on it for like 3 years now or something, pretty much every day. And you were the guy who said the Silmarillion and all that fun stuff, right? And that when you said that, it still sticks around in all the comments, right? People love to say it too because it's the truth. But I went through that because I'm like the lead project editor, right? And we went through it 6 or 7 bouts, with each one being anywhere between 2 to 4 months. And the whole purpose of really trying because of you, in a very, very positive way. It's like, so it has to look like Tolkien as far as like your choices, as far as like, well, maybe we can use a semicolon here and maybe we can make this very, very, very cool. And so you directly influenced the approach that was taken as far as the formatting and the design, just by kind of like kicking it in that direction. So I would say that, I think this is the second time I've used the term wrong, fourth dimensional art, but you're definitely part of that at least.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got to get some credit if we're going to talk about it.
Everyone called my name and they're like, what? And I was like, well, I wanted to so that's why I wanted to get on. I wanted to clarify my involvement was very limited. I did say, Joe, I love it. It's the Silmarillion of Star Wars is what I told him. And he loved that quote. And then I put in some things I liked. And I put in one thing I did not like, and he responded back with saying, "Well, here's why." And I said, "Well, I mean, it's your book. You just asked, so I just told you." And then later on, Joe goes, "No, we did change it. I'll let you know in the private chat because I don't want to give spoilers away. But is there a private chat anymore?"
There should be. I'm staring at one.
Okay, hold on. Where's my private chat?
Did it disappear with your rendering videos?
I got starred.
Oh, gosh.
I got starred chats. Put some in the private chat for me. Why can't I see the private chat? So weird.
Are you referring to
there it is. Duh, where it says private chat. Wow, thanks. It was, oh no, what's their name?
Here we go again.
Don't read this out.
The anticipation.
Just that person's character I thought was off in the rough draft, and he said he changed something.
Okay.
Do I have the right name there? Hold on.
I think you're.
Yeah. No, and it was great. It completely turned around, but
but no.
Yeah, he turned out amazing.
That was the one big thing that he said later on he changed. I didn't know, but I just thought it was out of character. There's a scene in there. I can't. I don't. The reason I'm not spoiling it, guys, because everyone wants to read this, and I want to. And this person was in other books, so there's other people from other books that it really ties in a lot of stuff here. And this person has a great scene in it, but I felt that their character was off, like a lot. And I'm a fan of this character, and so I gave that.
That can be a tough thing to do.
Joe, and by the way, one thing that I don't think people know, Joe takes criticism more humbly than any other person I have ever known.
This is true.
I mean, this guy is not prideful at all. I mean, he takes pride in his work, but he is not prideful. He wants that feedback. He wants that honest feedback. And and that's another thing. If there is one person you've got to meet at Legends Con, it's Joe. Because Joe, I promise you this, if I go, then Joe is going out to dinner with me. Whether he likes it or not, I'm going to kidnap him. I may room with him. I don't know. It may get that serious because Joe holds the record for the longest phone conversation I've ever had with a human being. This is ex-girlfriends included. You know, the days where you'd sit on the phone and say, "What you doing now?" Because you were in love and stupid and you didn't care. Ask Alex; he knows what that means. But anyway, you know, but even that. But the thing was, I kept talking to him, and we talked for 8 hours, 8 hours or 8.5. I can't remember. Joe and but the thing is, though, we were laughing. I was pacing. I was not tired at all. I was shocked at how late or how early in the morning it was. And we almost watched the sunrise together. But that was the first time I ever got to talk to him on the phone. And I was like, what a fantastic. And do you know who has second place? Actually, Rich Hanley. Rich Hanley has 6.5 hours because I really love Rich. And laughing all the way. So Joe is just that great of a person. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of great people there. All right, hold on. Behind the yes, it did, but I'm burning up in here right now, so it's not working very well. What is fourth dimensional art?
I knew it. I knew somebody was going to call me on that. I heard that once. I don't think I'm right, but I mean, it's supposed to be like the work that goes into it, and and appreciating that. But nobody ever knows about that part, and then life goes on, like who made the fine set of stairs kind of stuff. And I don't think I used the term right. I'm pretty sure I said that right after I said it. Because
That's right. All right. So for me, I don't care. Chris has a very detailed question answer for this. But
hardcovers.
I like the hardcovers. The Science Fiction Book Club sizes, I have a lot of them because I was a member of Science Fiction Book Club. I actually liked the more harder, condensed hardback versions. And I know people like the regular retail ones, and that's fine too. It's just that I just always like the Science Fiction Book Club ones, but I don't care overall.
I guess if I had a preference, it would probably be the hardcover, but that's only because I only have the hardcovers.
Yeah,
it's my fault.
It's such they're a pain in the ass because they won't fit anywhere, right? And because all the books they didn't do, a traditional hardcover for, so infuriating.
That's a funny comment, Daniel. Let's get to this. Joe's very humble human. Yeah, and so nice, such a great guy. We all loved our covers. That's right. But yeah, so I just wanted to clarify that, and then Kyle gave me extra credit for it. So yeah, there you go. I actually wrote the whole thing. How you like them apples? There you go. I'm just telling you to take the whole credit there.
No wonder why I kept getting delayed.
Yes, that's the real reason.
Oh yeah, hardcover. I mean, I'd rather have hardcovers. In fact, there was a moment. Yeah, if everyone knows, on my shelf, I have some hardcovers of stuff that never came out in hardcover. A while back, I got some files and got to print them out and got to print everything. Not everything, but most everything out in hardcover. There is one book I cannot get in hardcover because they haven't, and I can't even find the. I can't even find the link to that anymore, but I think it's gone. But the thing is, though, I do want to convert. There's a few things I want to convert to hardback still, but one I really want to. It's. I'll just say it's Siege and Gambit. No, is that it? Gambit and Stealth.
Very expensive hardcovers.
The hardcovers came out in the UK, and guess what? I have one.
Oh, fancy pants!
Someone found one in Dallas for $15 and said, "Do you want it?" And I went, "Yeah." Wow. And I thought it was a fake. I said, "It can't be the one from the UK." And when it came in, it is the UK.
Wow.
That's that's almost a $400 book. So I said,
that's a lucky find.
I need to know if you want this back, because you just gave me a book that's $375 on eBay right now. He went, really? Wow, I only paid $15. I was like, okay, I know, but do you want it? But he's like, no, sorry, I know you really want it. I was like, I mean, okay, but I'll never get the other one because I'm not going to pay $368 for the second one. There's not, especially those books.
No, they're not good.
Those books are not good at all. But now that I have
that was very critical. I'm sorry.
Now, do they have to match? Absolutely not. They do not have to match.
Yeah.
That doesn't drive you crazy?
I think it would bug me personally.
It drives Chris.
Yeah.
I still have the original Timothy Zahn ones. The B. Dalton I used to buy them in paperback. And when I could not wait for the third one to come out in paperback, so I bought it in hardback. And she goes, "Would you want to get the other two?" And I was like, may as well. You know, I got everything in
Yes.
hardback. And then I was thinking, why don't I get everything in hardback? So that's what I've been doing ever since, is getting everything in hardback. So
makes sense.
But anyway, I want to end this because I got to talk to these two guys later on. Guys, y'all have a wonderful night. Sorry to end it it's not short. I've gone over an hour here, which is what I usually do with all mine. And,
this is short compared to those author conversations you had, but okay, go ahead.
Oh, there you go. But guys, we'll talk more.